Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Russ.
And I'm Jeanelle Slade. The Roundup community stepping up in the search for 3-year-old Bryce Hofer, who fell into the frigid waters of the Musselshell River on Monday.
Despite the mass community effort to locate the child, there is little positive news coming from the scene, but tonight details surrounding the accident are coming to light.
And tonight, Musselshell County Sheriff Sean Lesnick tells Q2 the little boy was having a casual walk along the river Monday with his sister when he slipped and fell in.
Connor Pregazer was on the scene today about 8 miles east of Roundup on the Kilby Butte Hutterite colony and joins us now from the studio with more on what is a very difficult search. Connor?
Well, thank you, Russ and Jeanelle. And as you mentioned, information is somewhat scarce here as the colony is asking for some privacy in this difficult time. All of our video was shot from the highway and from an adjacent section of the Musselshell River, but it does allow us to see what the workers are dealing with. Many people gathered at what we were told is one of the deepest sections of the river today to join in the search. Workers were tethered to a cable stretched across the river as they worked to remove ice. The milder turn in the weather has made work easier as the week has gone on, but the stability of the ice is also changing. Though there are clear sections of the river, we saw 6-inch thick slabs of ice removed and piled up next to the scene. Following a request made late last night by the sheriff for additional adult-sized life jackets for the many people working on the inconsistent ice, we saw a truck arrive today packed with life jackets. Former Musselshell County Sheriff Michael Thomas told me that they have been grateful for the outpouring of support from the community. Now, Sheriff Sean Lesnick was thankful for the help from Rosebud County Sheriff Department and the Central Montana Search and Rescue Team here today, and he also said that the search is scheduled to continue for at least the next several days. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Connor.
Also tonight, an update to the case of a missing girl found dead on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation last week.
The Bighorn County coroner tells us the results of an autopsy done on 14-year-old Henny Scott needs more review before a cause of death can be determined. Now, Scott was first reported missing on December 13th. A missing persons alert went out nearly 2 weeks later, and her body was found last Friday.
Coroner Terry Bullis says the cause of death is pending and needs further review. That case will now be in the hands of the state medical examiner. Meanwhile, a funeral date has been set for the girl. The funeral is scheduled for 1 p.m. Saturday afternoon at Lame Deer High School.
In other news tonight, more details on a plane crash near Townsend that critically injured 2 men Wednesday evening. Broadwater County deputies are interviewing witnesses today, trying to figure out what happened. Sheriff Wynn Meehan says both men in their mid-30s are from Gallatin County. One of the men was flown to Helena, then on to a hospital in Salt Lake City for treatment. The other was taken to Great Falls. Now, Meehan did not have an update on their conditions. He says the plane took off from Belgrade yesterday afternoon, then landed briefly at an airstrip near Townsend before it took off again. The small plane hit power lines and crashed into a creek bank several miles south of Townsend.
It is a development plan that proponents say could provide jobs, attract skilled workers, and propel the economy of Billings and the entire state of Montana for decades to come. There is still, however, the big question of whether One Big Sky will ever become reality. Last month, Billings City Council got its first look at the latest plans for One Big Sky, and tomorrow the public will get a chance to learn more about it and ask any questions that you might have. The current plan calls for 4 districts: an entertainment district anchored by a convention center, a lifestyle district to attract more urban housing, as well as an education district and a health and wellness district. Now, if you'd like to learn more about it, the public forum will be held tomorrow morning at 11:30. It'll be in the Glacier Room at First Interstate Bank's Operations Center.
Well, sitting at a steady 3.7%, it seems Montana's unemployment rate is at its lowest in over a decade.
According to the Office of the Governor, Montana added 7,400 jobs at the end of November. That's a growth of 1.5%. On top of that, Governor Steve Bullock says Montana's personal income growth was the 6th fastest in the nation. Also, average wages have increased by 2.5% in the year.
Montana's median household income grew the fastest in the nation as well, and Montana businesses reached record high exports with more than 5,000 jobs supported.
Governor Bullock welcomed new businesses to Montana, including Israeli high-tech company Forecast and outdoor media and lifestyle company Meat Eater, Inc.
Even though much of the federal government is shut down, its newest lineup of congressmen and women are now in place in Washington, D.C. In that batch, Senator Jon Tester sworn in for his third term after a heated and close race back in November against State Auditor Matt Rosendale. In the Senate, the power remained the same with Republicans in control. However, in the House, Democrats took control, and with that, Nancy Pelosi returned as Speaker of the House. And from Montana, Representative Greg Gianforte returned to his seat in the House of Representatives, which has had a Republican hold since 1997. In a statement, Gianforte says he will continue to focus on Montana priorities, including protecting public access to our public lands, taking care of our veterans, cleaning up Washington, and making sure Montanans can thrive and prosper. And from Wyoming, Senator John Barrasso also sworn in this morning. Representative Liz Cheney also taking the floor today, but to a much bigger role this time. She is now third in command within the House Republicans as the Republican Conference chairwoman. When she was named to this position in November, she said the House Republican Conference will work to fight the Democrats' radical agenda that threatens the nation's economy and security.
We're less than a week away from the 66th legislative session, and we're tracking a proposed measure to stop human trafficking in Montana. But Billings has a big stake in this particular proposed bill because it's designed to shut down the city's illicit massage parlors. Republican Representative Daniel Zolnikov says there are about 15 illicit massage parlors in Billings and a few others in Bozeman, Missoula, and Kalispell. He says these establishments breed human trafficking from unwilling participants. Zolnikov says the route of the bill would go beyond the control of the city law by asking the massage parlors in question to be certified, and if they aren't, they would be forced to close, essentially ending any human trafficking from occurring inside the building. He says it would not impact legitimate spas.
Then there's this stain in the whole industry that's the illegal ones. And they're usually not certified because the women are being moved around. So you don't want to go after the women. That is the worst approach. You want to get the business shut down. And to get that business shut down, you have to file an injunction. So you have to find a reason to have the injunction filed.
Zolnikov believes there's a blind eye being turned on the issue of human trafficking in Montana, something he hopes the measure would shed light on. He says something else that we will see this session, bills to address missing and murdered Native American women.
High wind shut down Interstate 90 through the Livingston area today.
MTN's Carson Vickroy hit the road to see what was going on.
Livingston, Montana, known for its downtown restaurants and shops, rodeo, Saturday nights, and of course, its powerful crosswinds. Wind advisories, like the one issued on Thursday, are almost a weekly thing and can shut down the interstate.
The wind has been blowing here all day long, and the wind is so powerful it is causing crosswind issues out here along Interstate 90. You can kind of see it behind me, but if we record how fast the wind is blowing, it's going about 53 miles per hour, which is gale force.
Those speeds can be dangerous to drive in, but what causes it? It's all about where Livingston is located. With high pressure located near Yellowstone National Park and lower pressures to the north, that pressure difference causes the wind. The greater that difference is, the stronger the winds are.
You have the Gallatin, the Bridger, and the Absaroka mountain range, which all act as natural walls, which traps the wind and helps it funnel through, making it very windy here for the city of Livingston.
It's called a mountain gap wind, and with mountains on both sides of the Paradise Valley, the winds flow north between the Absaroka and Gallatin ranges along the Yellowstone River. They are the strongest when they reach Livingston, which is why Montana Highway Patrol urges drivers to pay attention and drive with caution through the area.
And if you thought it was windy in that video, well, get this. The highest wind speed recorded in Livingston, 108 miles per hour back in 1978.
Now that's the same strength as a strong Category 2 hurricane. Ouch.
Coming up on tonight's 5:30 news, it might have been divine intervention or maybe just a bit of guilt, but part of this nativity scene is back in its place over near Butte.
And in sports tonight, it's tough following an Elite 8 appearance. Scott chats with the Yellow Jacket women about that challenge this year.
And coming up in weather, wind is also our headline today, but when will this wind end? We'll have the answer coming up in a few more minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Jeanelle Slade and Russ Riesinger. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Breen. This is the 5:30 news on Q2, Montana's news leader.